Ivo, I wanted to go over some things that would be a bit different from our usual video subjects. We will be continuing on with the money, abundance theme, going into it in more detail because as Athena says, I'll make an example out of you. We can all have abundance. What's more, the lightworker, because they are of the universe, and because they're here to create new systems for Earth, is not to follow Earth's rules to create their life. We have been, and we've been suffering for it. Now that we know, we need to follow universal law because those are the laws our soul, and we, as galactic beings, lived by. You're here to bring everything you know as a galactic to bear on this planet. If you're out of alignment with universal law, it'll be harder to remember your galactic past and to understand who you are. Ivo, yes, that is exactly correct, my dear. That is why we wrote the book. When you align with universal law, you can remember much more readily than if not aligned. You are given the choice daily to live as a galactic soul on Earth, or to live as a physical earthling on Earth. This choice is about your alignment, with your ego or with your soul. Your soul aligns with universal law, and this is what all the videos we have are about, how to understand what your soul wants for you and how it views life. When you understand how your soul views your life and its purpose, you stop running afoul of universal law. Then it becomes easier to acquire the information about your true identity, and carry on with higher levels of your lightwork. It is difficult to understand your higher purpose when you are predominantly living from ego. It is that simple. I was asked the other day about whether I did a particular activity. It was just something really normal and I said no. It struck me that people, even lightworkers, don't understand me and how I live, and I figure they'd better for one good reason. We're going full circle. We left our galactic homes and families to come here, and part of returning there after this lifetime is moving away from our Earth families and rejoining our galactic families. It has been for me, and I'm saying you may be the same. I know I don't vibe with my family members anymore. My nephews are too busy to spend time with who they think is probably their boring old auntie with the cat. Little do they know, I'm well disguised. LOL, I did come out to my family about this and I'm sure they think I'm a lunatic. Nobody said anything. A normal day for me is doing these videos, writing books, blogging and doing third eye meditations to see who I can meet out in the galaxy. I don't do normal anymore. The people I talk to constantly are invisible to the eye. You have to understand that as a high vibrational and third-dimensional Earth, when people showed me how they live, I was stunned and kept asking, is this all there is? Is there nothing more? This is it. I was incredulous. I'm sure my face showed it at times. I didn't remember that much at the time, but I remembered enough to think that what passed for normal life on this planet was only a fraction of what I'd expected it to be. So as soon as I got the chance to get my galactic life back, I was on it. I figure one of the main reactions to life on Earth is probably boredom. What it lacks in stimulus, it makes up for in stress. I'm glad to be on this path now. I shop but not recreationally. I go to the river and sit near the water to feel the great vibe and probably get some clear oxygen from that. And to see my brother's ship around me. Sometimes we shoot down enemy craft. I've got 9 so far. Speaking of which, I saw one over my house a week ago. I looked up to see the outline of it fade away quickly and I'm sure I was being shown. The issue at the time was all the fighting going on between me and my neighbors who had been stealing from me, and there were other issues, and then I saw who the instigators were, and why it has been impossible to live peacefully here. I've been putting protective white light around the house, and of course as soon as I did that, the troubled neighbor next door showed up for help. I said no. I knew who sent her. I'm shielding 6 houses on my block just to be sure that all goes smoothly between me and my neighbors until I move, which I've been told I'm to do next year. Thank God. BTW, if you're judging me for turning this girl down, then you are most likely being taken advantage of by someone you can't say no to. I've simply learned to say no to those who would make a habit of borrowing, and then ultimately stealing from me as things never get returned. Seeing UFOs, having the dark create friction between me and everyone I know, and researching and writing on disclosure, spirituality and exopolitics and the alien agenda for Earth. I talk to invisible people more than I talk to the ones I can see. I see beings walking around here, hear hissing at 4 in the morning, see other dimensional cats walking across my bed, see bright flashes around here, get up at 2 a.m. and see the grid being built between here and the moon. You name it, I see, hear and feel stuff that's not of our physical world. And I'm not the only one. You're part of that group as well. But I know I have more to do, and I know there's a reason the Dark Ones hate me. I haven't finished fulfilling my role yet, I'm only getting started. I've been working with Ascension with a team of lightworkers at underground bases around the world for the last year. I've written some information on it on our website www.sharonandivo.weebly.com, on the Astral Commanders tab. This team has used astral projection to see what's going on in the bases, and to help the galactics by sending white light into the base and raising the vibration of the shields. And the Darksters have tried to split us apart but have failed. Area 51 is Ivo's base. Area 51 was the first one we did because I naively thought that if we took the base for the Galactic Federation, I could get Ivo back with me more. Turns out I was wrong. Carrie Cassidy of Project Camelot has been interviewing Captain Mark Richards of the Secret Space Program, who says there's a Stargate at Area 51. That makes sense because I saw a hotel there, a hotel for aliens, and she also confirmed that there's a large tourism industry for aliens to see planet Earth. By the way, we destroyed the hotel and took the base. However, Ivo is there still, repurposing the base into a spaceport for Earth and positive galactics to use, but because there's a Stargate there, there's fighting to regain control of the base. Everything you see outside of these bases is a hologram. Pine Gap in Australia as well, it's a hologram. Captain Richards confirmed that. Ivo, yes, my love, our base is coming along smoothly, but I am indeed watching for attempts to retake it. And there have been some. There is indeed a Stargate at this location, which goes throughout our galaxy. Therefore it is easy to access Area 51, and so it became a large spaceport for the dark beings. In future it will be a collaborative port for Earthlings and the benevolent extraterrestrials who are interested in helping you to regain your powers as divine human gods. We have much work to do to help you to become, once again, the beautiful beings you were in antiquity, before the manipulation overtook your minds and made slaves of you. There is much to be done, and you will require our constant presence. I myself have a 1,000-year commitment to Earth. Underground bases. Ivo, in the DUMS, the underground bases which stretch across the entirety of your globe, run a collective system. It is not just deep underground bases. I believe this term was coined by a military who was only aware of the base they were working in, because there is an entire world beneath your world, and above your world as well, just beyond your range of vision. Your surface world is entirely surrounded from above and below with beings who are only malevolent towards you. Your planet is under constant attack from alien races who wish to overtake it for themselves. Your people are blissfully unaware because they watch the news that tells them what they are to believe. This is in fact not the truth, of course, and what you should believe is not what you see with your eyes. Your physical body is a limiter. It limits you to a reality that is physical in nature. And it is being highly manipulated in order to create a worse reality than you already have. There are in fact many DUMS and other types of above-ground and underground facilities that are involved in the rape of humankind. You are used as a resource to feed, to provide genetic material, to create new races, to provide slave labor. You are used for sexual services. You are being taken off planet never to see your home again. Yes, this is what is happening to hostages that are taken underground, and many of them are children. These are exploitative beings that dominate this earth, and they do not have your good in mind. There are many types of beings in these facilities, not just reptilians, draconians and archons. The insectoids are heavily involved, and there are certainly spiders, as Cassidy has mentioned, that have managed again to invade your earth. And they eat humans. There are the tall whites, there are low vibrational humans who are service to self, there are gaseous beings, water beings, All kinds of beings invading this earth with an agenda to plunder and make hostage of those living here. What is more, it is not just underground, it is underwater as well. In the air, underwater and underground. That is where all the negative ET races are situated. Events such as the California fires were either attacks on your people, or the secret space program attempting to eradicate some of these invading species from your planet. The ones they seek to eradicate are the ones who do not have contracts with the SSP or any of your governments, so they are not welcome. However, your secret space program, run on your tax dollars, is quite happy to allow other invading races such as the Zetas, the Draconians and the Archons to remain, and these beings are exploitative as well. The mandate of the Galactic Federation is to remove all such exploitative races from your planet and to allow you your free will again. You are beings of love, gods created in the image of the Creator, not slaves. There are many negative ET races trying to dominate this world. We just think of the usual culprits, but there are many more, up to 40 species of beings. And many of them like to eat humans. This, they say, is why they keep disclosure from the general public, because they couldn't handle thinking of themselves as lunch for some carnivorous alien. Turns out, I had a friend who came across just such a being who happened to be looking for dinner, and she ran to get away from it. Had the other aliens it was with not had a use for her already, she would have been eaten. Using nukes and destroying the environment is not by chance. They are deliberately trying to terraform this earth to their standards, which means lots of methane and radiation. Emro had told me that the cryptids that are seen around the world, like the Chupacabra, are negative alien animals which would suit the environment they're trying to create. I put this in his first video. Negative ETs are trying to change the planet with radiation and pollution because it would suit them better. Motherships are all over this planet. Some can see them with their naked eyes. They change color but eventually look like a flashing star. We have a video on this, produced not too long ago. We of the Galactic Federation and our alliance organizations, such as the Pleiadian Delta Forces, the Arcturian Light Forces, the Syrian Specialty Command, are surrounding this Earth now, and we are battling to overcome the Dumbs and other underground locations to overthrow the dominance of the Dark Ones on this planet and raise the collective vibration of your people. Many are being taken off planet and arrested. If you understood the extent of how you have been invaded, you would have more patience. Your invasion has been of the last 26,000 years, and they have insinuated themselves into every facet of your lives. They have control over everything. There are currently still billions of reptilians alone living upon your Earth. The swing factor is the humans, and particularly the lightworkers, whose job it is to awaken humanity to the truth and to free them to create a new reality. The facts have been denied to you in order to control your minds into creating the reality you see before you, so new facts, light, are being revealed to your planet in order to wake up those still unaware. Once you hear the truth and align with it, your vibration will rise. The people of Earth's frequency is the key factor in their own liberation. We can undertake campaigns, but we will not be successful if your consciousness is not aligned with the frequency of our success. It is your world. We can help you, but it is up to you to create a new reality. We are currently removing all dark influences from this planet in order to help free your minds. But there is much work still to do, even with as many of us working on this project. Your help is required. Understand the truth, not the lies that are being fed to you. Raise your vibration, and in so doing you will become a lie detector. Stop lying yourself. Become committed to honestly, and watch how you will be able to see deception at work. I thank you, and I am in service to you and your people. Ivo.